So Ovil McKenzie becomes the new British Cruiserweight Champion after he blasts out John Lewis Dickinson in 2 rounds. This was actually a pretty easy fight for Ovil McKenzie. John Lewis Dickinson has never been a big puncher. He's a technical fighter. He likes to fight long, keep guys at range, and capitalize on their mistakes. He's a big, tall guy. He's like 6'4". But against Ovil McKenzie, McKenzie has long arms himself. Even though he's only 5'10", he's got very long arms, and he was able to compete with John Lewis Dickinson at long range. And he put Dickinson into his shell very quickly. He jumped right on him, hit him with some hard shots, especially to the body, and he intimidated John Lewis Dickinson with his punching power. So, and you know, he showed his sharpness as well, and showed Dickinson that he was able to land punches from the middle of the ring. So the height and reach advantage wouldn't really be a factor. And Dickinson was very intimidated by that, and McKenzie was able to capitalize. Because Dickinson is not really a big puncher, McKenzie was able, even though McKenzie wasn't as aggressive as we've seen him previously, he was still aggressive enough. Okay, and obviously he landed the shot in the 2nd round, which ended the fight, which was a right hand over the top. I believe it was a left hook, then a right hand, which ended the fight. Now, some people are going to feel the stoppage was a little bit controversial, but I don't know, man. I mean, Dickinson's eyes look clear, but he was stumbling around. So I personally can't complain that much. He was stumbling around. He did drop heavily when he went down. So, yeah, it's one of them ones. It certainly wasn't a robbery of a stoppage, but I can see why some people find it a little bit contentious. But nonetheless, Ovil McKenzie did the business. Landed a beautiful right hand. To me, it was obvious from the opening bell, from the opening few seconds, that Ovil McKenzie was going to have his way in this fight. Just the body language, the way that Dickinson reacted to the hard shots that were going in. McKenzie was setting himself very quickly and throwing them right hands in and them combinations, and you could just tell that Dickinson was like, wow, this is some serious punching power this McKenzie's got. So, you know, good win for Ovil McKenzie, now the British champion, possibly going on to world, European or world honours. We'll see. The guys in the Box Nation studio were talking about maybe McKenzie going over to Germany and fighting Marco Huck. Personally, I think Huck would probably destroy McKenzie, in my opinion. I think he'd destroy McKenzie. But I'd at least, you know, for those people who follow McKenzie, it'd at least be nice for him to get the opportunity to fight Marco Huck. But I think Huck has fought a lot better guys than McKenzie. You know, people like Ola Afolabi and, you know, other fighters out there I think are better than McKenzie. But, you know, you never know. Maybe McKenzie's punching power is better than I think it is. He can certainly punch, right? That's never been in question. But when you're talking about going up against guys like Marco Huck, I'll be amazed if Marco Huck is surprised by McKenzie's punching power. I'm sure Marco Huck has been hit a lot harder than McKenzie's capable of hitting him, and he's come through those fights. So I don't really like McKenzie's chances against, you know, most of the world champions, to be honest. But certainly on the domestic scene and on European level at cruiserweight, he could do some damage. He could definitely do some damage. Possible rematch with Tony Bellew, or maybe the loser of the winner or the loser of the rematch between Nathan Cleverly and Tony Bellew. That would be a high profile fight either way for Ovil McKenzie. So the winner or the loser could end up fighting Ovil McKenzie, and you know, it's another good British dust up. McKenzie in the post-fight interview said that he would prefer to go abroad than fight more British fighters. You know, he preferred to go over there and, as he put it, start upsetting the foreign fighters rather than upsetting the British fighters. He preferred to do that. You know, whatever the case may be, we'll see what happens in McKenzie's career from now on. He's having a bit of a resurgence at cruiserweight after his last fight at light heavyweight, where he was stopped in the rematch against Enzo Macronelli. So we'll see where he goes, man. Let me know how you felt about McKenzie's performance and where you see him going forward. How do you think he would fare against the rest of the British cruiserweights? And how far do you think he can go in the cruiserweight division? Do you think he can even get to the point where he manages to earn himself a title shot? And how do you think he would do at world level? Drop your comments below. This is Hatman, I'm out.